Wait for some people to get in the room. Wait for some people to get in the room. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. We moving on up. Moving on up to the east side. What is it? Show me what you're working with. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. That's what he made. Yeah. Wow. It sure was messing with my numbers because I had more than that in my. I got these windows open. I'm going to have to close them. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, Mystikal was sentenced to 20 years for the R word. The Grammy nominated rapper sentenced to 20 years in the R case. He pleaded guilty to third degree R word after a woman told police she had been beaten and assaulted at his home in 2022. Mm. The Grammy nominated New Orleans rapper Mystikal has been sentenced to 20 years. The rapper, 55, oh, so shit, he might die in there, whose legal name is Michael Taylor, pleaded guilty to the charge in March. He was arrested July 2022, a day after a woman told police she had been beaten and SA and held against her will at Mr. Tyler's home in Prairieville, Louisiana. Mr. Taylor pleaded not guilty to charges including first degree R, false imprisonment, and battery. He later reached an agreement to reduce the charges in exchange for a guilty plea. During a hearing in Louisiana's 23rd Judicial District Court on Tuesday, Judge Stephen Turo gave Mr. Taylor the maximum sentence allowed under the agreement. Damn. The victim in case who spoke at the hearing requested that Mr. Tyler be punished to the full extent of the law. Damn. And that's your second time getting arrested for the R word, Mystikal. What the fuck? He 55, so he gonna be 75 when he get out. During his sentencing Tuesday, the victim faced the judge and asked for the maximum sentence. The victim said Tyler punched her, choked her, pulled braids out her hair, and forcibly R-worded her. After she spoke, Tyler had a chance to address the court. He tried to speak to the victim, but was only allowed to make his statement to the judge. If I did that to you, I deserve the max sentence, he said, facing the front of the courtroom. Tyler was sentenced to 20 years for third degree R-word, 5 shy of the maximum punishment. His sentence was capped at 2 decades in March when Tyler entered a plea agreement. He was originally arrested for first degree R word, which carries a maximum life sentence, but then pleaded to an amended charge. Days before his sentencing, Tyler's attorney filed a motion seeking to withdraw his guilty plea. He said he didn't have time to fully consider the consequences. The motion was dismissed. Upon his release, a judge said Tyler has to keep up with his sex offender registration. Tyler previously faced similar allegations. That's what I'm saying, in 2004, and he spent 6 years in prison following arrest and registered as a sex offender. Then you get accused again. That's how he got to 20 years, Mystical. So the girl said that he punched her, choked her, pulled her braids out, and forcibly R-ed her. And he's in there for third degree. All right, let me see. This is my girl, So Man Down, 3 years ago. Let's see what she said. This is Fang versus Sacrifice. Hold on, I'm about to show the video now. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube and my viewers. Somebody look at your neighbor and say she finna break it tonight. It's Mystical. I said somebody look at your neighbor and say she finna break it tonight. And if you ain't got a neighbor, look at yourself and say she finna bring it to fuck a night. Or we gonna jump right into it, because that's how we do it over here. I ain't gonna tarry too long tonight, but folks been asking me. And so, madam, what's going on with that situation with the rapper Mystikal? You know, the rape case that he got going on. Before we talk about that, we gonna go back and we gonna talk about how the rapper Mystikal, how he came up. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of background. Is that all right? The rapper Mystikal was born on September the 22nd in 1970. And he was born in New Orleans. At the age of 7 years old, Mystikal's daddy had ended up passing away. And he was left to be raised by his mama. After Mystikal finished high school, he said, I wanna do some gangster type shit. I wanna turn it up a little bit. And he willingly joined the U.S. Army. You know, some people, they don't just go into the army. Hold on. They gotta be forced to go into the army. But we see that Mystikal, he willingly went into the army. And the rapper Mystikal, he went to Iraq during the 1991 Operation Desert Storm. So we see that he got a background in the army, my people. After the rapper Mystikal got done doing his business in the army, he went back to New Orleans, his birthplace, and he became a security guard. Some time passed. Then in 1994, that's when the magic started to happen. I said, that's when the magic. Okay, here, I'm back. Mystikal was invited to an open concert. Had to perform at an open concert for the 1980s group. Some people know this group right here. Run DMC. At that time, Mystikal performed so good, y'all. At that concert, he ended up catching the ear of Leroy Precise Edwards. Leroy
Precise Edwards. He was known as being an in-the-house producer for Big Boy Records. And Leroy Edwards, he said, let me holler at you, Mystikal. He said, let me whisper in your ear. He told Mystikal, I can make you the next big rapper out. But you got to do one thing. And the only thing that you got to do is sign the fucking contract. Y'all know how it is, my people. I said, y'all know how it is after they signed that contract.
Right.
So Mystikal said, I done got out of the army. Now I want to get into rapping. So, I'll go ahead and I'll sign that contract. And he signed the contract. He said, where the pen at? Signed the contract. And the deal was sealed. The rapper Mystikal, he got into the rap game. And then he began to learn how the game was played. The in and outs of the game. The things that he had to do. Things of that nature. He started releasing albums on Big Boy, Jive, and No Limit record labels. Mystikal became a famous, well-known rapper. The rapper Mystikal, he said, I done made it in the rap game. People know me now. They know who I am. So let me enjoy, the fruits of my labor. He said, I'm going to have me some fun. Turn up. And that's exactly what he did. He had some fun and he turned up in his career. And then in 2004, my people, the rapper Mystikal, he found himself in some trouble. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. He went to prison for sexual assault against his former hairdresser. Now we fast forward to today. And the news is reporting today, at a time such as this, y'all, that the rapper Mystikal is in jail again. Yep. For the same thing. A rape case. Yep. The news reported. This is what the news told us. The news said that Mystikal thought that the woman he was in a long-term relationship with stole $100 from him. Wow. He said, she done stole my money. So he ended up punching her, choking the woman. And then he ends up pulling her braids out of her hair. Yep. Okay. Pulling her braids. Now that's what they said. Then he took her keys and her cell phone and stopped her from leaving the premises. The woman said that she helped Mystikal look for the money to kind of calm him down a little bit. And she said while she was helping him look for the money, she ended up finding a crystalline substance in one of his drawers. And when the authorities investigated, they found all types of drugs, all over in Mystikal's possession. Damn. The women went on to say that the rapper Mystikal, that he had extreme, mood swings throughout the night. And he went from being angry over the money, a little bipolar. And then he went on to apologizing for his actions. And after apologizing, Mystikal, he said, shit, come on, let's pray. He started praying with the woman. Okay? They had a prayer together. And then he started, splashing her with rubbing alcohol like it was holy oil or holy water to cleanse her of her bad spirits before forcing her on the bed. And then he started praying her. Damn. And let's talk about it, my people. Are you surprised? I said, is this a surprise to you that he locked up again for rape? Nope. the same thing over again. This the type of shit that Mystikal like to do. Beat and abuse and rape women. This is his character. Mystikal took his ass up to that army, y'all. I told y'all he was in the army. Showing you the other side of the mirror.
Wow.
Mystikal took his ass to that motherfucker army. And he got his head fucked up. And when he left that army, with his head still fucked up, he became a rapper. A rapper in the game. Put the pieces of the puzzle together. He was in the army for all those years. Fucked his head up. The rapper Mystikal, y'all, listen to me. He ain't new to beating on women or beating ass or fighting and etc. and things of that nature. He's not new to the combat. He was in the military as a what? A combat engineer. And we know that the combat engineers, that they carry guns, weapons, they go through the trainings and things of that nature. And I'm glad that he didn't shoot the woman. Mystikal beat that girl like he was a soldier fighting in the army. And then he poured alcohol on her to cleanse her of the bad demons, spirits that he said that she had.
Damn.
And then he raped her. Ancestors gave it to me like this, y'all. Some people be upset because I'm showing you the other side of the mirror. Ancestors gave it to me like this. That the rapper Mystikal been taken over a long time ago.
Wow.
Ancestors showed me this right here, y'all. Some people didn't know this story right here. But let's look on the other side of the what? The mirror. Come on, y'all. Mystikal's sister. She was brutally murdered. I'm talking about brutally murdered. And then the police end up blaming the murder on her boyfriend at the time.
Damn.
His name was Damien Naval, the grandson of Charles Naval. Charles Naval's of the Naval brothers.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This got me messed up right now. So you got me messed up. The Naval brother's son did that. Wow. I forgot they from Louisiana too. Wow. I had to pause that for a minute.
Okay. His grandson. So they arrested Damien. And then later, he was acquitted for the crime. They let him go free. Let me tell you what Damien said, y'all. Damien said that those police beat the shit out of him. And said, them motherfucker police beat me so bad that I admitted to the crime that I did not even commit.
Damn.
He said, I didn't even do it. Damien went on to say that the rapper Mystikal said that he didn't even commit the crime, that he wasn't even there. Go read the story, y'all.
Damn.
Go read the story. Now let me put it together and make it quite simple where you can understand. Mystikal know what the fucker was up. The sacrifice was made what? In the midst of his career. Or when he was trying to come up. It was his motherfucker sacrifice. You know I got to say allegedly. But it was his sacrifice, y'all. Murder by numbers, I told you. When you do the numbers of his sister's death,
damn,
you get the 3-6 murder by numbers. I told you they planned this shit to go behind the scenes. And then they carry it the fuck out. Blamed him for a murder that he didn't even commit. Good thing that he was freed later on. This was his sacrifice. See, this is the thing. They'd get these motherfuckers to make these sacrifices. And then guess what they do? They'll promise them the whole wide world.
Facts. Facts.
They end up losing they soul.
Facts.
They don't even get nothing. Fucking Happy Meal. Get a little bit of something. And then later on they end up what? Sacrificing these people. You ask me, what's going on with the rapper Mystikal? He's being taken out slowly. He went from the army and he became a what? Down with Master P and them. A no-limit soldier.
Damn.
I said stick a fork in Mystikal because he's done. He's straight done. I told y'all before that these older rappers, some of them, the ones who used to be so popular back in the day, some of them is being used at a time such as this for a blood sacrifice, a sacrificial lamb.
Wow.
Things that we see going on right now with these rappers going to jail, losing their lives. I'm telling you, this is them receiving their karma. Point blank and period. She will be back. I got a lot of videos to do. Y'all be good.
Damn. I did not know he had sacrificed his sister. Wow. I never knew that. I'm going to play that again at the end. I'm going to have to play that again. Well, Mystikal got 20 years. He 55. Be out at 75. Yeah, he done.
Welcome to another episode, everyone.
This is
Mystikal of No Limit Records fame.
Damian Porter.
He's headed back to prison for yet another great charge. Many individuals are wondering what is going to happen to Mystikal once he gets to prison for this charge. Supposedly, allegedly, he beat a woman and raped her. Hell, in fact, he just pled guilty to this and faces up to 20 years in prison. I covered this a couple of months ago, and he's been locked up for 3 years without bail. Some people are outraged about this, that he's been locked up for all of this time, and they did not grant him bond. They say that his human rights were violated. Let's get into this and then we'll discuss what's going to happen to Mystikal once he heads to prison, because he is indeed headed back to prison. He pled guilty to this charge. He just pled guilty to rape.
And in other news tonight, Louisiana rapper Michael Tyler, better known as Mystikal, has pled guilty to a third-degree rape charge in Ascension Parish.
Now, this case stems from 2022 incident that led to an arrest in Prairieville. Now, Tyler has remained in custody without bond since then and now faces up to 20 years in prison. Louisiana First News reporter Ethan Good tells us more.
Well, rapper Mystikal has entered a guilty plea to third-degree rape charges in Ascension Parish. He now faces up to 20 years in prison. This case dates back to July 2022 when Ascension Parish deputies responded to a hospital after a reported sexual assault. Investigators later arrested Michael Tyler at his Prairieville home, where he has been held without bond ever since. At the time, Tyler pled not guilty to the charges, which also included domestic abuse. Tyler will be back in court on June 6th for sentencing. For now, reporting in studio for Louisiana.
Wow. And there you have it, man. Mystikal. Rapper Mystikal is cooked. He's headed to prison, facing up to 20 years. He laughing and joking and all this. There he is, facing up to 20 years for domestic violence. They responded to a call in the hospital of a woman having been beat and abused and raped. Arrested Michael Tyler, that being this individual here, Mystikal. And bear in mind that this is his third great charge.
Third? I thought it was his second. I thought it was his second.
Was supposed to do more time, got some time taken off for other great charges. He was accused and eventually convicted of beating and raping his assistant.
Yep.
Who had stolen money from him. $80,000 or something was missing.
I guess perhaps she was handling the money, and she was supposed to be braiding his hair. He set it up, called her, set it up to where she was supposed to braid his hair. This is what she thought she was about to be doing. But he had other plans. When he got over there to her place, or what have you, wherever they were at, for her to braid his hair, at the time he had hair apparently, he confronted her about the $80,000 that was missing, and eventually held her hostage, sort of thing, kidnapped her allegedly, held her hostage, and raped her allegedly. But is it really alleged? Because again, he was
no, he did 6 years for that. That ain't alleged.
Sometime back. And then he caught another great charge.
Another case.
And then now this one where, again, allegedly he beat a woman and raped her. So Mystikal heading to prison, and he's heading to prison because he just pled guilty to this. He pled guilty. He was not found guilty. He didn't go to trial. He pled guilty, which indicates to me that he believed that they had evidence against him should he have taken it to trial. He believes that he would have been found guilty. That's the only way that you don't take it to trial, is if you believe that if you take it to trial, you're going to be found guilty. And then, perhaps, I'm assuming, then receive a life sentence.
Facts.
So they plead with you. They bargain with you. It's called a plea bargain. You bargain with the prosecution, with the government, and say, hey, man, I don't want to get life in prison. Or they say, you don't want to get life in prison. You don't want to take this to trial and get life in prison. We have the evidence against you. We have this. We have your DNA. We have the victim saying that you did it. We have whatever the evidence is that they present. They make a cogent argument that should you take this to trial, you're going to lose and then lose your life. So, hey, just go ahead and take this 20 years. And that had to have been the case because Mystikal pled guilty. So, people plead guilty all of the time for crimes that they did not commit. You may find that astonishing, but it happens all of the time.
Yeah, they do.
Various reasons. Studies have been done about how come people in these interrogation rooms oftentimes plead guilty, and they come to find out they did not even commit the crime. So merely him pleading guilty is not the end all that he is 100% guilty. Nevertheless, with his past and his history, for him to plead guilty to this is indeed an indication to me that the prosecution let him know that they have evidence against him, evidence that he will not be able to refute, and that should he not plead guilty and go ahead and take this 20 years, because the man is, 50 years old? Taking 20 years in prison, your career is over, your life is nearly over. You're getting out when you're 70 or something. I don't know exactly how old he is, but I'm assuming he's about that age. You're in big trouble. And see murders locked up. Those from No Limit, man. They didn't have it rough. But when he gets to prison, and he's going because he pled guilty. Most people, again, in this sort of case, this sort of situation, you're not going to plead guilty if you're not guilty.
Facts.
You're going to say, man, take me to trial. I don't care what you say you have on me. I didn't do it. So you can't have all this evidence on me. I didn't do it. Particularly when it comes to this sort of crime that involves DNA. What DNA do you have indicating that I did this? You can't have any. I didn't do it. So take me to trial. I had to clear my name. I don't care about the time. I had to clear my name. You said that I beat a woman and then did the unthinkable. No, I have to clear my name. So you go to trial to clear your name, your life, your legacy, the shame that it brings your family and everything if you're not guilty. So the fact that he pled guilty to this, yes, it can just mean that he was scared to go to trial because they may find him guilty even though he's not guilty. So just plead guilty. But really, you're 50 years old, pushing 50, whatever it may be, and you're going to plead guilty to 20 years, your life is nearly over anyway? No, if you didn't do it, getting out what I'm saying, what's going to give me life, that's almost life anyway. No, and I didn't do it, no way. And that's how the individuals there in prison will look at this situation, because you may say, well, he was not found guilty of this. He pled guilty. Well, it's the same thing.
Well, he did plead guilty.
The same thing there in prison. How he got away before with these sort of charges in prison, I don't know. Perhaps he was in protective custody, and that's where he would have to go back to again, because it doesn't matter who you are. If you are rich, if you are famous, if you are a celebrity, if you're in there for this sort of charge, your life is in danger. You're susceptible to an attack immediately, a very vicious and violent attack. So I'm going to assume that Mystikal is going to have to hit prison. I know that he's going to hit prison and have to go PC. I don't assume that. He's going to have to go. The only way he does not go PC, protective custody, is if he demands, no, I'm going to the main line. Let the chips fall where they may. I'm going to the main line. You can't make me go to protective custody. I'm going to general population, and I'll handle my business. But I don't see him doing that. You're not going to be able to handle any business. Everyone on the yard is going to try to attack you. You don't stand a chance. You cannot hit a prison yard with these kinds of charges, at least not as it relates to California. But I'm going to give everyone credit and say that you can't hit, in any state, that you can't hit a prison yard with these sort of charges and survive the prison yard. It is impossible. You can't stay there. You can't even stay there for one day. And people know what you are in there for, that you're in there for beating a woman and then raping the woman. No, you can't stay on the you have to go to protective custody immediately, or your life is in immediate danger. It may even be in danger in protective custody. So I'm assuming that his first bid, he was in protective custody. I'm also assuming that he's going to go back to protective custody in hopes that he can survive over there. But again, that's not guaranteed for various reasons that you will even survive in protective custody.
Wow.
Mystikal is in danger. His life is in danger.
He got 20 years for the same damn thing.
No, I want to go to prison for a
Oh, prison, okay. So now you have to do 6 years in prison. Now you're ex-military.
Right.
So you're still a rapper.
True.
Now we spoke to T.I. T.I. said when he had to do his stint sometimes, people try to check him. He got tried once. He said he had to fight somebody. You ever got
two different cats.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't.
Nobody ever tried you.
For what?
Right.
Yeah, they wanted to hear a song or something. Most of the people that were fans, man.
But you got haters in prison too. They
like. Yeah, sometimes people get their stripes from trying to attack.
I don't rock like that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
And he's ex-military.
But anybody that approached me, to challenge rap-wise or something like that, yeah, I want to put on their ass. But other than that, yeah.
So you had to battle people in prison.
Right.
So the people you still keep in contact with because you were there for a minute. And I'm sure you made some good friends too while you were there. What about some talent?
A lot of talent, too much talent, man. It's so much talent.
Did you ever get tired of that though? You sleep and it's like, yo, Mystikal, let's battle.
Check this out, bro. Shot my mama.
About the music.
No, I want to go to prison for a
Oh, prison, okay.
Prison.
So now you have to do 6 years in prison. Now you're ex-military.
Right.
So you're still a rapper.
True.
Now we spoke to T.I. T.I. said when he had to do his stint sometimes, people try to check him. He got tried once. He said he had to fight somebody. You ever got
two different cats.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't.
Nobody ever tried you.
For what?
Right.
Yeah, they wanted to hear a song or something. Most of the people that were fans, man.
But you got haters in prison too. They like.
Yeah, sometimes people get their stripes from trying to attack.
I don't rock like that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
And he's ex-military.
But anybody that approached me, to challenge rap-wise or something like that, yeah, I want to put on their ass. But other than that, yeah.
So you had to battle people in prison.
Right.
So the people you still keep in contact with because you were there for a minute. And I'm sure you made some good friends too while you were there. What about some talent?
A lot of talent, too much talent, man. There's so much talent.
Did you ever get tired of that though? You sleep and it's like, yo, man.
Wow.
About the music.
No, after the verses, P reached out to Mystikal and was letting him know that it was going to be going on. I mean, I don't know what he actually said to P, but, he wasn't feeling. Mystikal would have been the one to give Juvenile a run for his money on that Cash Money No Limit verse because Juvenile carried Cash Money on his back. Mystikal would have did the same thing.
What does the state have against Mystikal to where the state want to hold him, right? I mean, it's got to be somebody bigger than him. You think it's somebody behind this shit?
When you think about a lot of the people from No Limit, like Matt got railroaded. C Murder got railroaded.
Yes, he did.
Mystikal got railroaded. Slim died. Like, I can go on. They had it out for the whole No Limit.
This is Rare Report.
I'm saying, people in Joseph, cause people ain't like hiding at him, showing love. You know what I'm saying? Cuz just wasn't happy about the versus thing going on while he behind the walls. Like, it ain't supposed to stop for him. He wasn't mad that it's happening. He mad that he couldn't be a part of it.
But they played those songs. So what happened when they got to the Mystikal parts?
They skipped them. Man, look, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't my fault. With Silk verse first was horrible. If Mike was out there for that, I'm about my paper.
Mystikal got an actual fucking release date, man.
I ain't gonna call it a release date, but man, see, they keep pushing his court dates back. So when he go to court, they gonna let him out. That's why they ain't letting him make it to court. They just kept pushing the dates back.
Mystikal has been held without bond since his 2022 arrest and domestic violence charges. He's entered not guilty pleas to those charges. Today, attorneys for all sides agreed they'll meet again next week to discuss future dates for the case.
He ain't getting a release date because he ain't even get sentenced.
But he would have to have a trial before he got sentenced, right?
That's what I'm saying, and he's not gonna have a. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what keep getting pushed back.
What does the state have against Mystikal to where the state want to hold him, right? I mean, it's got to be somebody bigger than. You think it's somebody behind this shit?
Right. I mean, when you think about a lot of the people from No Limit, like Matt got railroaded, C Murder got railroaded,
C Murder did.
Mystikal got railroaded. They had it out for the whole No Limit. You had some money around that time. They were getting too much money in the white people area. They had it out for everybody.
They did railroad C Murder. Yes, they did.
Slim died. Like, I can go on.
Wait a minute, because a nigga talking that shit about how Birdman was knocking all his artists off, but we ain't never put that magnifying glass on Peter saying all his artists was getting locked up. And you talking about Mr. Magic, Soda Slim died, and you talking about all these, you know what I mean, the artists you named that got locked up.
Shout out to Mac, though, for coming home and being able to experience that stage. Cause I wish, you know what I'm saying, see Murder could come home and experience that. And like even in Mystikal, anybody who done got railroaded out, like even Boosie and like people that got a second chance, I'm glad they got their second chance. And like,
me too.
I would love for everybody that done got railroaded to get a second chance.
So when Mystikal was home, or when he comes home, was it or will he be facing any demons or any like dark areas in his life that always take control, that gets him in positions and shit like that? Or like, is it drink? Is it type of pills? Or is it like you said, him being too humble and trusting people? Or is it something that he gonna, you know?
The whole entertainment industry do drugs, if that's what you was getting at. So it's like, I think being too nice and letting the devil in, or letting that demon in, or like, you know, when you too nice, you leave room for extortion. Like, you can't be nice like that, or you can't be too open and accessible. That's why people got bodyguards. Find something safe to play with. Find something safe to play with. A lot of people was clowning Birdman when dude was trying to walk up on him. I don't know if you've seen that, when the salesman was trying to walk up on Birdman, and he like, find you something safe to do. And they ain't even let him get close to him. Like, that's the complete opposite of Mystikal. Like, they'll walk right up on him. He'd let him get in the car and smoke a blunt with him. And like, it just been this weird.
You know, we spoke to T.I. T.I. said when he had to do his stint sometimes, you know, people try to check him. He said he got tried once. He said he had to fight somebody. You ever got two different cats? Right. Yeah, I ain't. Nobody ever tried you. For what?
Any word on how he doing back there? Have you ever been on lockdown for getting in the fights that be fighting up there and shit? Or?
Nah, ain't nobody playing with Cuz. Everybody's showing him love. He back there chilling, man. Like I told you, his spirits be super up, knocking his time down like a real one. And like complaining, ain't asking nobody for nothing. He walking his time down. Then when he come home, chin up, chest out. That's a real soldier right there, man. Like, that's a real soldier. Like, through the soldier. That situation would have broke so many people. Dude standing with his chin up and his chest out, man. You gotta respect him. Especially to be innocent and still stand up with your chest out. To be innocent, I'm telling you. And I want to show major love to Shadiq LaRue because Shadiq overdosed Empire. She went with Mia X and KFC. Man, she like tap in with Mystikal all the time. She jokes on. She always passing the word.
His mom told me she's praying for her son. This is video of them exiting the Ascension Parish Courthouse just after 3 o'clock this afternoon.
What about Mystikal's mom, bro? Does she have any worries, or she just excited he's coming home? Or?
She feel that pain for her son. Auntie Marie ready for her son to come home. She know that man innocent. She know he a good dude. And shout out to her too, cause she right there. All the court dates, all everything. She right there supporting her and Shadiq, real ones. Shout out to both of them lovely black queens, them ladies. Auntie Marie, I love you.
Yes, sir. Man, that man come home and do a tour by himself, man. Mike Mystikal don't need no fucking body.
That's a fact. Mystikal would have been the one to give Juvenile a run for his money on that cash money.
Yeah, but yeah, he would have.
Carry cash money on his back. Mystikal would have did the same thing. Mystikal the only one in No Limit outside of Pete who would have had like songs to go with like Juvenile. It's another thing too. Pete is rapping on more songs. Pete rapping on more hits than Birdman. So Birdman got like the whole label Cash Money. He would have needed some help, but he'd have ran out of songs if he'd had to go with the songs that he was on. That boy Pete got that.
Boy, Pete got whole albums for your ass, boy. Now, Pete got
let's get up.
Say, what you think about a Mystikal Juvenile versus? Who wins? Now, I don't even want to ask you who wins. That's deep as fuck. But who wins? Fuck all that. Who wins, man?
The Mystikal. I'm rocking with Mystikal. I'm rocking with Mystikal for sure. That'll be a good one. Hey, you know, Mystikal and Juvenile do a lot of shows together. They get booked a lot. So, like, I've been in a lot of shows with Cuz and Juvenile. Who I'm fucking with? Huh? Tell me that. Drop that shit. Where my pamper at? After that, get my pamper back. I remember you got the roaches. Should have left me where I was at. That Juvenile tried to put me, he tried to get me from backstage one time.
You talking about Juve?
Yeah, because he didn't know who I was. And I was telling him with Mystikal, he like, you can't be back here. I'm like, your son back here, all your partners back here, you performing, my cousin performing. We ain't even that deep as you. We gonna be back here, my brother. We not going nowhere. We not leaving my cousin back here by himself. You got your people with you back here. Why my cousin can't have his people with him back here?
How'd that work out? How'd it end up?
Like, I ain't go nowhere. Nigga want to make me go nowhere. I ain't get from backstage. I was back there and on the stage.
Oh, I forgot he made that.
Juvenile and Mike Fresh relationship. You guys have a relationship?
It ain't my fault.
Nah, I don't know him. I done met him a bunch of times at the shows. Like when I go to the show, because like I said, they do a lot of shows together. I never really like met him across. We got one picture together. Matter of fact, I took a picture with him because I opened up for him at a show. But outside of that, the only run-in we had was him trying to get me from backstage when I was with my cousin.
Oh.
And then the other one was, like I said, I rocked the show. He was there. And shit, we took a picture.
Say, bro, Mystikal have kids?
He got multiple kids, but his first two is a boy and a girl, Marshall and me. Then he got some more kids that he had after he came home from jail. But see, look though, the last accuser of this last case is the mother of his oldest kids.
Damn. Wow. That's the mother of his kids.
She signed the affidavit and like, you know, she went back on her word. Like, so she's trying to help him come home. The same person that accused him of this is trying to help him come home.
Wow. Wow.
The Cash Money shit with Mystikal is, so that shit is pretty much over with, right? So there's no chance that unreleased Cash Money album, Mystikal Cash Money album, is gonna come out. Or is that possible?
I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Any talks about him joining No Limit when he come home?
I don't see that. I mean, he probably gonna be touring with him and doing all the shows that they usually do, like the reunion shows, No Limit reunion, and the tour shows and stuff. But like, Man, cuz a boss, cuz can start his own label. That's what he need to do, the big truck. I'm riding with him. If he do that, I'm riding with him. I don't want him signing. I've been waiting on him my whole life. When I started rapping, he told me don't sign nobody. I ain't signing nobody. I'm waiting on you. Come on. Can't nobody fly to the swamp and buy you like I do. He told me to remake Y'all Ain't Ready Yet. He said that that came out in 95, and I was born in 95. So he said he won't hear me rap on that. He said,
Mike, bro, you know that's some major shoes to fill, bro. That's a big song, bro. Even though it's the old school song, that motherfucker still, hey.
But look, this ain't on no clout type of time, Wayne. You know I could have been did that and whatever. Like, I ain't never do it like you said with some big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? With me, it was just like I don't want to be looked at like, and I.
Wow. So now you heard what his cousin said. She helping him get out, but he was just sentenced to 20 years for false imprisonment, strangulation, simple criminal damage to property after the victim identified the rapper as the suspect from the hospital where she had been. Oh, she was being treated for the injuries. He She told the court that he punched her, choked her, pulled braids out her hair, and R-worded her. And then he said, if I did that to you, I deserve the max. He shouldn't have said shit. So they gave him 20 years. So this is the third charge because he went to prison in 2004, did 6 years. Then in 2017, he was indicted on R-word and kidnapping charges stemming from allegations in 2016. He spent 18 months in jail, being released in 2019 on a $3 million bond. They dropped those charges in 2020 after a second grand jury declined to bring an indictment. So this is third R charge. So this is what you do. Damn. That's who you are. And this is his son. This is his son who looked like him. This is his son. And that used to be the jam. Okay. So that's his son. Mm. All right, y'all.